through and to be working in this industry? Or is it inevitably going to be just the same people but doing different jobs?
I bloody hope not. I do. I think we've suffered for a long time that we haven't got diversity of people that sits behind the work. I've been saying this for such a long time, and I think, particularly from a class perspective, I think we're still in an industry that is really elitist, and I think, how can you do work for the cross demographic we're reaching out to when we're not reflected internally? And something that I'm really passionate about is that if you think about, we're talking about problem solvers, right? We're talking about people that are neurodiverse. The other thing that I've always been really passionate about is that, I won't go into too much of Divergent, but there was a guy that we've got in at Anomaly that basically created this thing called School 21, and he was trying to change the curriculum, the school curriculum, the education curriculum for kids. And he was talking, he really went into detail about what makes somebody think so differently. And I remember saying to him, how can I teach entrepreneurialism to my team at Anomaly? I don't understand how to get that critical thinking in. And he summed it up really perfectly. He said, you're from a working class. He said, you come from a council estate, Nick. And I went, yeah. No, what made you guess? And I've got a disability. I've had a disability since I was 10. But what that's done is it's meant that I've had to problem solve from a really young age. I've been really scrappy, and I'm dyslexic. Right? So you put those three things together, and my brain thinks completely differently. You put that in an ops environment, and actually it's magic. It's what makes me really good at my job. How many people are we going out from a council estate or going into a disability? We're not. And it's like, and I don't understand, we're not unlocking all of these amazing brains that, this is about creativity, this is about a melting pot of different experiences. And we are just shit at it as an industry, and it really annoys me, particularly from a disability point of view. I think it was the last pillar of diversity that we had to break down, and it's because, do you know what, we done a thing in the agency where we actually worked out who did have disability, whether it was neurodivergent or physical disability. Actually, when I came out with mine, so many people in the agency did as well. But the problem is people don't feel like they can come forward because they think about it's a barrier to entry, I'm not going to get promoted, they're going to see it as something that's not going to, they're not going to want to progress my career. So I just feel like we have to do so much more to be accommodating to all these different minds. And again, that comes down to culture, because we have to think about how we can get the best out of people. But the other thing is, I think we as a creative industry and a creative operations industry need to go out there. If creativity is now democratised through social media, what we need to do is get out there and start going, do you know what? It's not just creativity, there are jobs in creative operations, there's production, it looks like this, they're not going to know. So we need to go out and we need to spread the word a little bit, because the next generation of amazing creative ops people, they don't even know that those opportunities are there at the minute, and we have to go out there and do more of a job to get them in.
Yeah. I've been referring to Slido for questions, but if people have questions.